So 7 is the Chariot and 8 is the Strength card. So you need to use that strength to move yourself forward, right? Because the Chariot is Aries. He's the Emperor. That's driving that. And he's using his knowledge and experience to guide him forward. He's following his intuition. What is that knowledge and experience telling him to do in that forward movement? The Chariot always moves forward. And the Strength card, right? The Lion, be proud, be passionate, have pride in yourself and move forward. Trust yourself, right? You have the strength to do it. Just trust yourself. Okay, you have something to bring forward. Shine that light. Don't block it with this being in the reverse. Unreverse it, right? Is that a word? Let your light shine. Let it come forward. Wow, sorry about that. It just flew out of my hands. So maybe don't let things slip out of your hands. That's what I'm getting from Spirit. Don't let things slip away. Hello and welcome to your weekly love focus. Just a side note, I had surgery on my hand, so I'm going to be moving a little bit slowly. My shuffling, I've already pre-shuffled everything, so everything's going to be shuffled really, really slow. I'm doing fine. It's healing great. Thanks for your thoughts and prayers. Okay, guys, Spirit, what guidance do you have for the collective for love this week? We have lots of introspection and preparation energy. If you saw my Sunday morning coffee, that was my first actual live. It was interesting. I loved the information that came out. The viewing of it was different because I was using my computer camera and not my Lumen. So anyway, please check it out. It's about preparing, and I'm going to be working on the Sunday morning coffees for that Saturn and Aries energy. And that is going to be what we work on. And for June and July, it's going to be a 2-month mini series because there's so much information. So tune in this week on Sunday for the Sunday morning live, and I will share that information with you. And it's going to be a process. I'm going through that process as well. So I hope you join me. Okay, so the oracle cards from the Cosmic Journey Oracle that came out. We have Your Lighthouse Guides You Home to the Stars. This one came out in reverse, and I don't do reverses. And then you had Starseed. So what I'm feeling from this is that you are the starseed, right? You are, as a starseed, your light is shining on others. You are part of this collective that is having what you know share with the rest of us to improve that collective, right? To have the collective go to the best and highest self. And by the lighthouse being in reverse as it was, I heard that you're not letting that light shine, right? There's something that's blocking it. So this could be in the areas of love, right? It could be a partnership. Venus has a lot of activity going on right now. She's getting ready to move from Aries into Taurus. So that could be, Taurus is more of a grounding type of energy. So maybe you've realized some truths is what I'm hearing, and you are wanting to ground yourself. That doesn't mean that you can't still shine your light, okay? And if this is not a love relationship, it could be about you. It could be about your personal love for yourself, right? Filling your own cup, giving yourself that grace. I talk about that being more compassionate, self-compassionate, and non-judgmental in that Sunday morning coffee from this past Sunday. Check it out, okay? So I'm getting that this is okay. So they're both. We have a 7 and an 8 card. So 7 is the Chariot and 8 is the Strength card. So you need to use that strength to move yourself forward. right? Because the chariot is Aries. He's the emperor that's driving that, and he's using his knowledge and experience to guide him forward. He's following his intuition. What is that knowledge and experience telling him to do in that forward movement? The chariot always moves forward. And the strength card, right? The lion, be proud, be passionate, have pride in yourself, and move forward. Trust yourself, right? You have the strength to do it. Just trust yourself. Okay, let's pull some tarot cards. Wow, it's even hard to grip these cards. Thank you for being patient with me. Again, my hand is getting better, so it's going to take some time. All right, Spirit, what guidance do you have? Okay. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So you've been working really hard on your happiness. You've been planting seeds. Okay, I just heard impatience. So you're being impatient. You're allowing well, it's not happening yet, so it's not going to happen, right? Shaking my neck. Be more patient with yourself. Be more patient with your partner. That also that Sunday morning coffee, we spoke about how, no, I'm sorry, it was the last weekly love focus, how one partner might be here and the other partner might be here. That doesn't mean you're still not good partners and you still can't work together. It just means we're all at different levels, right? We all move forward and progress in different ways and in different timelines. So, or in different time phases. So be patient, right? You've done the work. You are going to have that happiness. You just have to plant those seeds and then be open to what's coming in from the universe. Okay. Don't have expectations. You can have wants and desires. That's the difference between wants and desires are way different than expectations. If you expect something, my experience is it's not going to happen. Right. So don't do that. Just ask for what it is that you want and then just be open to the signs and synchronicities and see what the universe brings to you. Okay. All right. Starseed. Clarification on Starseed, please, Spirit. We have the Magician, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. So as far as being the light and offering what it is that you have for others to how it will affect the collective as a whole, you have the tools, right? There's some boundaries that you've set for yourself. Again, Venus is moving from Aries into Taurus. You're wanting to establish more stability, get a good foothold, right, on your foundation. So you're going to start setting boundaries. You're going to take all those lessons learned and you're going to start saying, okay, this is what I've learned in the past. I don't want to go back there. So I'm going to set these boundaries and I'm going to pay attention to those things. And when I have options, then you can set boundaries for those too. You can say, all right, I have these two options and you can weigh them. I'm really good at making lists. And when I was younger, and I had to make and I probably would still do it if I had any major decisions that I'd have to make right now, but I would do a pros and a cons list. So I would say, okay, if I wanted this, what are the pros and cons? And then I'll see which outweighs what, right? Another thing that I tend to do myself is I might say, okay, I want that, right? Let's say buying a new car. I want a new car. Okay, do I need a new car? If you need a new car, that's a different story. Or another car, because maybe yours is broken. That's totally different. But if you just want one, so you can go shopping, right? You can look around. What is it that you like? What is your price range, right? And let's say you find something that you want. Well, what I do is I say, okay, that's what I want. Well, then I tell myself, okay, in 6 months, if I still want it, if I'm still this excited about wanting it, then I'm going to give it a second thought. And that helps me not be so impulsive. Okay. I don't know where that came from. Somebody needed to hear it. Okay. So what's going on? I'm feeling this can still be part of a love relationship, but this is a lot of work. Other than being patient with your partner, this is still working on yourself, right? Because you're that Venus moving more into a wanting to be stable, wanting to have a foundation, wanting to be secure energy. Um, I just heard anchor, right? The rock. You can be that anchor and the rock for your partner. Maybe your partner's going through some things and you always need to communicate. You have the death card on the bottom. You have a rebirth that's happening, an end and a rebirth. You have the lover's card and the 7 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So death and rebirth. So something is ending for this new beginning, right? And that could be this new foundation, this with your partnership, right? It could be with you, but you are part of that partnership. It could be your partner. They're part of that partnership too, right? Um, I just heard two halves make a whole, but there's really no actual 50-50 in a relationship, right? I mean, we try, but it really isn't. And then you have the lover's card, you have the 7 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So this reading is about love. So there's some choices that you have to make here. There's some things going on for you that you need to be a little more patient about. You've been working, you've been doing the work. You need to set some boundaries. Keep planting those seeds. You have something to bring forward. Shine that light. Don't block it with this being in the reverse. Unreverse it, right? Is that a word? Let your light shine. Let it come forward. Wow, sorry about that. It just flew out of my hands. So maybe don't let things slip out of your hands. That's what I'm getting from Spirit. Don't let things slip away. Take that knowledge and experience, that light that you have to shine for others, and shine it. Don't block it. Don't be so overwhelmed, right? Keep working on it. Plant those seeds. Set boundaries. You have the tools here. You have the magician. You just have to realize that you have them, okay? So let's get some clarification on this. I want to get clarification on this 9 of Wands, please, Spirit. This work that you've been doing, let's get clarification on that. This Knight of Cups, the 2 of Swords, the Fool, and the Justice card. Okay, so you've been working really hard. You've been working on your love. You have the Knight of Cups. That's about being romantic and chivalrous. That's about being in your feelings. You have the 2 of Swords, which you've been following your intuition, right? You've been taking all these lessons that you've been learning. The number 7, the Chariot, right? You are trusting your intuition and you're working on things and you're trying to balance. And again, I'm hearing that there might be one partner that's here and another partner that's not quite in the same space. That's okay, right? Everybody moves at different speeds. And unless you feel you or they are just so far behind that either of you is not going to catch up, then that's a totally different story. But that's not what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that you might be working a little bit harder than them, and the other way around too. They might be working a little bit harder, and maybe you haven't been working that hard. Sit still. I just heard, um, you know, be open to what like take notice of it. Be mindful of it. What's going on? Is one person here and the other person here? Whether it's you or them, right? And then work on it. That's what I'm feeling that these boundaries are. I want to get some clarification on the boundaries. Okay, Spirit. All right. Got 4 cards here. So we have the King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. So the King of Pentacles is very stable, right? And that's why these boundaries are being set up. Like I said before, Venus moving into Taurus, you want to be more stable, more secure, have more of a foundation, so that you can move forward in your relationship. And the Five of Pentacles is about it's about releasing things that no longer serve you. But in this card, she's sitting there with her head bowed down, right? It's like she's not paying attention. She's feeling overwhelmed, is what I'm hearing. But you have the Page of Cups here. You have a message of love coming in. Are you, and the Seven of Swords is moving forward. He's taking his swords and he's moving forward. So I just heard, are you sending this message of love and you feel like maybe it's not being reciprocated or it's not being paid attention to? And it could be because of that gap, right? So be mindful of the, I don't know, locations is the right word. Be mindful of the phases of where each of you are, and have a communication, have a conversation about it, right? Ask, are you, you know, are you having, if you they're behind, if you're ahead and they're behind, ask them, are you having a hard time? Is there something I can help you with? Is there, what do you need from me? Right? That's always a good thing. And just listen. Or if they're in front of you and you're behind, or you feel like you're behind, then you can say, I see that things are a little bit easier for you right now, and it's a little bit hard for me right now. This is what I need. Or, you know, how you can ask them, how did you get that far already? What have you been working on? You can ask for some advice, right? But communication is what I'm hearing. You have the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands. The Eight of Wands is missing. Last week, the Eight of Wands was missing also. So this communication is not coming through. I want to get another oracle for the overall advice from Spirit on this situation. I'm not going to do an extended reading this week because I need to be, I'm probably not even supposed to be doing this based on my advice from my surgeon, but I wanted to give you your readings. So I will have an extended reading next week, promise. All right, so we have the High Priest, intend and create. So set intentions so that you can create this, right? So the High Priest, right? The Hermit has the knowledge and experience. I just heard, for some reason, Archangel Michael is protecting you in this venture forward. In this, you had the Fool here, right? Which is a new journey. So you have the Death card, you have the Fool, and you have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Magician, and then you have the High Priest, which is the Hermit. You have all the knowledge and experience that you need. You might need to pause a little bit. Again, communicate with your partner, communicate with yourself, right? Sit still if you have to. Ask for guidance from your spirit guides if that is what you need. And you have all the tools here that you need. You have the Lover's card, you have the Ten of Pentacles. There's going to be a new journey, a rebirth. You're setting boundaries. You've been working hard. You have the Ten of Cups here too, which is happiness. Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, right? So be patient, right? Don't overwhelm yourself. Take your time. There's no rush, right? There really isn't. But I'm feeling this communication that's coming through. Communicate. And trust yourself and give yourself grace, right? Don't be compassionate with yourself. Don't be so critical and so judgmental of yourself. We tend to be better at that with others and not as much with ourselves because we're very, very hard on ourselves. But we have to understand that we're people too, right? And I always pause when I'm trying to figure something out for myself. I always ask myself, what would I tell my sister or my girlfriend or my best friend or my nieces and nephews, right? What advice would I give? And then take that advice because we're worth that advice too. Okay. Thank you so much for all the likes and subscribes. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for returning. And again, because of my surgery, I'm not going to have an extended reading for the lovers, for the weekly love focus. Please accept my apologies. I will definitely have one next week. If you know someone who needs to hear this message, please share it with them. And don't forget to smash that like button so that others can hear this message as well. And don't forget about my Sunday morning coffees. We're going to talk about all the energies of Saturn and Aries, this current energy that's happening right now is like a preparation. It's preparing us for next year. And I'm going to have a 2-month mini series. So um, on the 5th Sunday of this month of June, we're also going to do a meditation and clearing of some sort, right? We're going to do, it's going to be like a review, and then we're going to cleanse ourselves so that we can move forward to the next phase. And then in July, we'll have 4 more parts of this mini series, and then we'll wrap it all up, and then we'll keep moving forward. Okay. Don't forget to smash that like button. I know I said that already, and subscribe if you have not. And until next time, have a good day.